For the New York Giants pick, I'm joined by Sam Prince, a lifelong Giants fan and Make-A-Wish kid. Sam is post-heart transplant and feeling stronger than ever, as you can see. Tonight, his wish to announce the Giants' first pick comes true. We hope this wish will be a turning point for Sam as he looks forward to being a sports broadcaster in the future. Okay, Sam, it's time to get your wish true, baby.
Thank you, Mr. Cordale. With the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Kayvon Thibodeaux, defensive end, Oregon.
Okay.
Wow.
Giants fans get their pass rusher, and as if there's not enough wattage coming to New York with Sauce Gardner, here comes Kayvon Thibodeaux. Won't that be a fun back and forth in New York for quite some time?
There's a lot of personality with those two young men. And Kayvon Thibodeaux, Charles, the best get-off of any of the pass rushers in this year's draft.
Yeah, and listen, we thought a couple of different ways for the Giants. Remember, the picks at 5 and 7. Could they take the offensive lineman at 5? That felt like what we thought was going to happen. I know I did. And then at 7, was it the pass rusher or was it a wide receiver? We've got our second surprise to me in this draft. Stingley at 3 to the Texans, and here Thibodeaux at 5, only because I thought it would be the offensive lineman first and come back and get the pass rusher second, Coach.
But as DJ just said, this guy's got the best first step in the draft. He is explosive, he is rangy, he is long, he is physical against the run when it's run at him. This guy can be a game changer. Doesn't matter if it's rain, sleet, or snow, this guy can get off and rush the passer.
Well, how much were you circling his tape when you guys wound up playing Oregon, Coach Shaw?
Well, every game you play, there's a guy that you have to prepare for, and this is a guy you have to prepare for. You got to stay between him and the quarterback, but he makes that tough because he also has every pass rush move. He can beat you with speed. He can go speed to power.
Did you do extra with him?
Under.
Did you have to do extra with him?
We blocked him pretty well, but he was close a lot.
But I mean, you had second guy.
Yeah, he spins the game around the quarterback.
Look at this right there, the Make-A-Wish kid. This is so neat, so fun.
Thibodeaux and Sauce. We're going to have a Broadway off.
Let me just tell you this. I'm not telling any tales out of school here on behalf of New York sports fans. Last 2 years, it's been pretty bleak. And that's being generous between the Jets and the Giants. For Sauce and Thibodeaux to come back-to-back, and now they've got 2 more picks to come, is a nice shot in the arm. What about this kid appeals to you?
Well, I mentioned that get off. Sean Merriman was who he reminded me of. When you remember Sean Merriman young in his career, when he would get off the rock and get underneath guys, coach give him the lights out dance here off to the side. But he's explosive. Again, upfield, then he sets that up. He's going to beat you with an up and under. Once you overcommit to counter that speed, you open up inside, he's going to take it. Here he is at the point of attack, shedding blocks, using that length to be able to free himself. Again, look at him get off the ball. He has a couple offsides penalties, but it looks like he's offsides every snap just because of how dynamic and explosive he is getting up the field. Here's the flash, the power. We talk about that long arm, your inside arm. Get that in your chest and walk you back to the quarterback. And if you want to kick him inside and let him beat up on some of these NFL guards, he can do that as well.
And the draft party is on in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Meanwhile, the Panthers have less than 3.5 minutes to go for their pick at 6. Every offensive player is available, both tackles, every quarterback. We'll see what they're going to choose. But Kayvon Thibodeaux is a New York Giant. And as you could see, the Oregon Ducks since 2015 have been sending some bold-faced names to the National Football League, to say the least.
And it's worked well. Take a look at that list. Mariota's second quarterback went to the playoffs before he lost his job. DeForest Buckner, you can't block him now in Indianapolis. Herbert's a star. Thibodeaux's coming in now. I mean, Sewell should be the left tackle for Detroit. They've got it.
And Mariota is the starting quarterback in Atlanta as we're talking right now. Welcome to the Primetime, presented by Pizza Hut. Take it away, Melissa Starr.
He is dancing on stage. What do This is a man who does not lack confidence, and now you are headed to the Big Apple. You said you knew.
I knew. I manifested. We had great talks. He FaceTimed me right before I got on the plane, and he was excited to talk to me, and I knew it was time.
Tell us about celebrating right out here with Roger and that young man that was so special.
It was just a blessing, man. I can't even believe to be a part of this. I watched it for so many years, and just to be a part of a family, an organization like this is ridiculous.
So exciting. Well, they've had a lot of losing seasons, and you bring a lot of hope. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Sauce and Thibodeaux, man. That's the new, as you said, off-Broadway act, huh? They'll soon be going to Broadway. Yes, right there. It's Sam and Kayvon, though, enjoying it on the screen. With multiple picks to be done, choosing both on the night.
With the 7th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Evan Neal, tackle, Alabama.
Rushers in the SEC, he sees them each and every week.
Remember Adrian Peterson in those box jumps, famously lifting the weights while doing them? How about Evan Neal in that box jump doing the splits?
Yeah.
He just raised his hand, and his full forearm went out of the screen.
All right, Evan Neal. He is massive. We've talked about it. His anchor and pass protection, you're not going to get through him. You're going to have to get around him. And the position flexibility that we've already referenced. He's played some guard as well as both tackle positions. He's going to be able to plug right in, and he's going to be able to play. Balance is the key for him. When he can stay on balance, he's going to win every time. There are times he gets a little over his skis and he can hit the deck, but when he's in balance, he's going to win. The awareness. He's played a lot of football at Alabama. Twists and stunts, no problem for him. In the run game at Alabama, you know you're going to be able to create movement at the point of attack or you won't get on the field. He shows you the ability to drive you 3-4 yards off the line. And then working up to the second level, this is another area where I thought we saw improvement from him. Here he is at right tackle. He just wipes you right out of the screen as a linebacker. This is a team now with Brian Daboll and Joe Shane. I think they're adding a little identity here up front on defense and now on the offensive line. This is going to be a physical group.
He's on the exempt list?
He's on the committee.
Where my Giants fans at? Make some noise.
Oh, boy.
That's right.
Here's Merrill.
We out here.
Love it. Love Merrill. Hilarious.
Okay. With the 43rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver from Kentucky. Let's go.
Wow, this is a fun player to study, but I thought he would probably find his way into tomorrow. But incredible toughness working in the slot to the Giants, right? With Sterling Shepard there, it almost feels like a similar type of a player, Charles.
I love his release at the line of scrimmage, CD, and his toughness with the football. You see it right there. He transferred from Nebraska. He was a Kentucky kid. He had 8,500 yards, total scrimmage yards in high school in Kentucky. Left, went to Nebraska, comes back for this one single year, and set a bunch of Kentucky records. Really good player.
And how about the running play right there? Remember what he played at Nebraska before moving? Running back. So after he catches the football, he converts that way. Is the Kadarius Toney talk in play with a Wan'Dale Robinson being picked up like that?
This was the start of the legend, Rich. They're in Kentucky. Wan'Dale.
How about that contact? Hold a second. Watch the contact balance.
That's right.
The Barry Sanders.
Oh, is there contact? he's eluding all contact.
I don't know what's harder to balance through, the contact or the weight of that helmet on their shoulder.
Well, actually, here's the contact. Roll tape. Let's see this. There we go. Here's the contact. There's the card. Can you please read the card?
Read the card.
I mean, normally something goes on that long. There's a blue man in a group or a Cirque du Soleil or something in this town.
Got the wrap it up box.
Election known, and then the Browns will make their first pick
Super Bowl champion
as they're on the clock as this moment unfolds with Amani Toomer.
All right, G-Men. With the 67th pick of the NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Josiah Ezeudu, guard, North Carolina.
Yeah, Ezeudu got himself in really good shape, lost a lot of weight. He's played some left tackle, he's played guard, he can create a ton of movement on down blocks. Really plays with a wide base. There's issues at times where he's on his heels. He can clean that up. But played at 305 after playing much heavier previously.
With the 81st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Cordale Flott, defensive back, LSU.
Flott in the slot. Here we go. A chance to be one of the better nickels in this draft class. He's a little bit light. He's not real thick, but he has got outstanding quickness and awareness. You're going to be able to play him in the slot, let him blitz a little bit. He plays with toughness. Again, you see how slightly built he is. You remember Bradley Roby with Nicole? Give me the name.
Nickel Roby-Coleman.
Nickel Roby-Coleman. Thank you, Charles.
He's a little bit bigger.
He's a little bit taller than him, but he reminds me of him kind of the way he plays.
Yeah, and he plays with that furious, I don't care how big you are, I'm still going to be there and be around. You mentioned James Bradbury possibly being in play with the Giants.
What's up, Vegas? How we feeling today? All right. With the 112th pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Dane Bellinger, tight end, San Diego State. Woo!
I like this pick. I think it was the best tight end out there that was available right now. Dane Bellinger, they run the ball at San Diego State. That is their DNA. That's who they are. He's a dominant run blocker, but the athleticism showed up at the pro day. Ran a 4.63, vertical 34.5. So you know he's a really good athlete just to have those opportunities in the passing game.
Man, I wish it had something to do with sponge or icing or something. I was wondering if there could have been like a receiver named Fondant. No.
Bunt.
Alas, it's a Bellinger. San Diego State.
Season ticket member Patty Taylor.
Yo, what's up, Big Blue? Charlie, stay strong, keep fighting. With the 114th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Dane Belton, defensive back, Iowa.
Very interesting. He reminded me a lot of Geno Stone coming out of Iowa, and Wink was in Baltimore when they drafted him. Now he's in with the Giants, and they draft Dane Belton. A lot of production, 5 interceptions for him. I think he's more of a hybrid type. You're going to find your role on sub, and you see it right here when he's rolled down in. He's a very physical player. I think the closer to line of scrimmage he is, the better off he is. You can shoot gaps with him against the run, but outstanding hands.
You mentioned Wink. They passed up on taking a corner or a safety in the first round. This is that guy, and they got Thibodeaux in the first round.
With the 146th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Micah McFadden, linebacker, Indiana University.
Wow, Lawrence Terrell looks like LT went on a bender here in Vegas.
Hey, Rhett Lewis, our partner at Path the Draft's going to be excited about this. Is a Hoosier, Micah McFadden. He can really rush the quarterback from off the ball. 6.5 sacks, led the team in tackles with 77. He's an outstanding blitzer, as you can notice by those numbers. Just crushes guards and fullbacks. So you can see the physicality that brings here. Outstanding size.
He went to high school with the head coach Tom Allen's son out there in Tampa, and they brought him over there. Was maybe the most dependable player on that defense.
Christian Watson's teammate in high school too.
With the 147th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select DJ Davidson, defensive tackle, Arizona State.
And DJ Davidson moves up and down the line of scrimmage. Nice job stacking blocks. He's got quick hands. Not a real dynamic mover when you watch him. CD, I wrote down he's going to play at the line of
plugger.
He's going to hold blocks, but kind of more of an oozer than somebody that's really, really explosive.
But you remember they traded last year, right before the season began, became a huge trade for Cincinnati and B.J. Hill.
By the way, by the smell of things, some people are enjoying the 5th round more than others.
DJ goes there.
Are you saying that they're enjoying that the laws of the land may have changed?
No, he's
With the 173rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Marcus McKethan, guard from North Carolina.
All right, so not one of those corners, but they do get a massive human being.
Well, remember, we were at the NFLPA Bowl, Mike, and we both saw Marcus in those gigantic, shoulders. He's got incredible length. He is a massive dude. And you know what? He made a big difference in that game, and you see it there. He moves well. He's light on his feet for being as big of a guy. And like I said, in that game, he made a big difference. He moved around a lot. He kept the pocket clean, and look, he's got issues. He's a little stiff. Which is why he's being picked in the 5th round. But I thought he acquitted himself well, when he was on the field out there in Pasadena.
With the 182nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Darrian Beavers, linebacker from Cincinnati.
Here we go. The Giants, unless there's another trade, that's their final pick, and it's another Cincinnati Bearcat. They've had some success, which we'll talk about in just a second here. But, Baldy, you like Beavers' game.
Well, this is the Giants' 11th pick. This is the Bearcats' 8th player drafted. I mean, you know, maybe Georgia has more players drafted in his draft so far, but this is what Cincinnati's been doing. Luke Fickell's done a great job of recruiting. And when you watch Beavers play, they need inside linebackers right now with the Giants. And so they're looking to restock their shelves. If you look at what like Brian Dable and Joe Shane came from in Buffalo, I mean, A.J. Klein was a free agent linebacker at Iowa State that played a valuable role with Buffalo. And that's kind of what I'm looking at from Beavers here. A guy that can come off the bench, that can play special teams for you. Like here's their picks. Here's their picks right now from Cincinnati. It's unbelievable, the level of talent. It's no secret they were undefeated and got to the playoffs this season in college football.
Look, 8 of these guys, as you made reference to, these are the 8 Cincinnati players that have been drafted. You asked the question. We have the answer for you. Georgia, 11 players drafted. So you're right, Baldy. I mean, this is, like, it's not supposed to happen like this for a G5 school. You have this many players drafted and considered, you know, this is a really good, talented group of performers that we expect to have some success at the NFL level. Now, top-heavy-wise, Georgia obviously has crushed it, although, look, Sauce Gardner certainly in the mix as well.